I hadn't been in one of these in years. I got to go up in one of these at Carswell long years ago when it was still called Carswell.
This is the newest Chinook the Army has. This is
Oh, really?
the 2008 version. This
Oh,
is the
really?
F model.
Oh, cool.
It's got if you fly, you understand. So it's all glass cockpit.
Oh, it is glass
fully
cockpit, yeah.
instrumented, 4-axis autopilot. Probably more. I've flown Apaches in the Army and
Yeah.
Blackhawks, and it's probably one of the more advanced helicopters just due to the coupling capabilities of autopilot. You can program your flight on the ground on a computer.
Like on an FMS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your altitude, your airspeed, where you're going, lateral navigation.
Yeah, yeah.
Pick this thing up to a hover and couple it up, and you can almost basically take your hands off. It'll fly.
Yeah,
that
take
route,
you from
climb
point to
altitude,
point on
everything.
your route and everything. Yeah.
You'll come in for approach and come to a 10-foot hover. That's where we
Wow.
test the controls,
Wow. So you can preset all that in like a VNAV profile and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I flew for a regional airline, and all our stuff was pretty old, but it was glass cockpit, and we could set a lot of that up, but it wasn't auto throttle. We had to manage the power, you know, but it would do everything else. It'd turn everywhere, it'd fly the approach and all that. We just had to manage the power and push all the buttons at the right time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely a good piece of equipment.
Oh wow, yeah,
This
that's
is with the Texas National Guard, so we do a lot of stuff with the state. Anytime Governor Abbott calls, we got the state mission, the federal mission, or state mission. Obviously, here recently we've been supporting some of the potential for riots with the EMPs.
yeah.
We're right in the middle of a firefighting season, so they're predicting this will be a bad firefighting season. So
Yeah.
back here we got, if you notice when you came up the aircraft, there was 3 hooks underneath the helicopter.
No, I didn't know.
Let's take a look at the center part of them. This is Chris.
Hi,
He's our
Chris.
flight engineer. He could
Oh,
You go and watch
Give
your
you-
toes, sir? Or,
oh
or
yeah,
watch
yeah.
your toes, I'll set
Yeah.
this down and then you
All
can
right.
step past it.
Okay.
There,
So take just a second. There you go.
Chris, it's your show now.
Well, as Mr. Phillips was saying, we've got 3 cargo hooks, 2 electrically operated and then 1 hydraulically operated here. This is the
Cool.
center cargo hook that you're looking at right now. It's got a 26,000 pound capacity. And then the 2 forward hooks individually have a 17,000 pound capacity, or in tandem can lift up to 25,000 pounds.
Wow.
It's the only airframe in the Army that can pick itself up.
Really? Ha!
Our zero
It's
fuel
amazing.
weight. Our zero fuel weight. Well, that's actually not true with the Fox models anymore. But the Delta models, the Charlie models, the original Chinooks, their zero fuel weight was about 25 to 26,000 pounds, whereas this one, like, with more avionics, more wiring on board, it's about 27,000 pounds. One of the newer components we got now is, if you've ever seen Air Force cargo planes now, our roller system, our cargo roller system is now built into the floor.
Oh wow, just yeah,
Which
kind
that
of like
itself added about 400 pounds.
a C5, I guess.
Exactly, like a
Yeah,
C5 or a
the whole floor will
C17
be-
now.
yeah.
And it took them years to do this. When they first started doing cargo in the original Alphas, they were just taking warehouse rollers and strapping them to the floors. And then they developed a system that had to be bolted to the floor that could be physically put in and take out. But when you're down range, just the sheer logistics of putting it in and taking it out, it's with armor plating installed and all that, it was almost 3 to 4 hours worth of work.
Wow.
So just logistically made, especially if you had a helicopter break, you had to do it on another helicopter, but you didn't have the roller system installed because you only had 3 different sets of roller systems. It made it a lot more difficult. So we've run into some limitations as far as our max gross weight, because we've lost a little bit giving it up to the new armor plating system
Equipment.
and the new equipment here, and then the avionics and the components that go with it. Probably about 2,000 pounds.
Wow.
Which in the grand scheme of things, it's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot of gas you
I
don't get to carry.
believe just in the sheer capability of the force multiplier that it's added in the speed and quickness in which we can get things done. Like I can, for example, with this setup right here, I can go and drop 27 troops off and all of their bags and load about 8 kickers weighing, probably 8,000 to 9,000 pounds.
Wow.
So a little over 4 tons, 4.5 tons worth of stuff.
Wow, that's
Just
quite-
like that.
And so then when you
instead
got...
instead of having to have the hick stuff in, it would just take me, I could land on the ground at an FOB, drop off the personnel, drop off their bags, tell the personnel on the ground at the PAX terminal or whatever, tell them, hey, give me 5 minutes. Me and my crew members can reconfigure this, lift up all the seats, and we can start loading cargo within 10 minutes.
And with a whole fleet of them, you can, or a whole, whatever we call it,
is, you'll see it in
you
most-
could evacuate an area pretty quick if you needed to.
Yes, sir. But this is one of the biggest upgrades. This has always been her main capability. Like Mr. Phillips was talking about our fire buckets. We have a 100-foot long line with a 2,000-gallon bucket attached to it. Now,
So you can pick up some water and,
we can
and
pick up quite a bit
use
of
it
water.
for
Now, we
fire,
have to strap it to
firefighting.
about 1,700 gallons.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that's looking at about, math, what is that, about 13,000 pounds? A little over 13,000 pounds, plus another 3,000 pounds of gas in there. On our very first picks, if we still have a full internal tank,
Yeah, you have to limit
we
it.
have to strap that bucket to 1,700 gallons because a full 2,000 will be at max gross weight and we'll over torque the aircraft.
Makes sense. Y'all, do y'all refer to it as a plane?
Well, they're all technically airplanes. They're vehicles.
Yeah.
Vehicles that move through the air.
I had a friend that was in Vietnam, and then he was in the Guard when he got back, and he said they were going to evacuate an area where there was a hurricane, and the guy came out to brief him, and he kept referring to it as a plane. So
I mean, by definition, and it's funny because it's only ever fixed wing guys that raise an eyebrow to the term plane.
Yeah.
Being used to. And
But it
me
really
too,
is.
When I first entered, also because I was his age and I was
Yeah.
in love with the F-14 Tomcat.
Oh yeah.
Planes, all I could point them all out and name them all on the flight line.
Yeah.
And I remember getting to my very first unit, my very first platoon sergeant. I was originally a mechanic coming in, just doing scheduled maintenance, taking them apart, putting them back together, inspections, transmissions, blades, you name it. And he goes, yeah, we're going to take the airplane out to this and all that. And I, little Private Fowler, and I'm like, Sergeant, it's not an airplane. Well, while I was in the front leaning rest position doing push-ups, I was educated on the definition of an airplane is a vehicle that moves through the air.
Yeah.
And a helicopter fits that description.
And it does. It
Roger,
does.
Sergeant,
Because it has 6 wings.
Yep, it's got 6 of them. So yeah, it generates its own lift. It doesn't need forward movement to generate.
Does not need forward movement. Just move the wings instead of the airplane.
Yep.
Well, thank y'all
Yes,
for
sir,
your
absolutely.
tour. I guess y'all are about ready to.
This is the first
Head on
field. We
back to-
normally do a lot of static displays at like schools and fly-ins and air shows in particular. We usually do the Alliance Air Show. I'd be surprised if that even goes this year. 'Cause
I'd be surprised too.
that's right around
I
the-
hate to see that, but it's.
have you heard what ISD do you go to?
He's homeschooled.
Oh, okay, well
Yeah.
then you're used to this. You're like all the kids
Yeah.
are like, I'm bored. And you're like,
Yeah.
welcome to my life.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go anywhere we want, anytime we want.
Yeah.
It's all part of his education.
Yeah, my a couple of my cousins are homeschooled, and another one of my nieces is homeschooled, and they're just kind of like situation normal.
Yeah.
And then I've got one other niece that she's just like, I'm bored.
Yeah. But if they're used to getting up and going, it must be hard.
Yeah.
Well, do y'all mind if I post this to my YouTube channel?
I personally don't mind at all.
Okay.
Phil, is it all right with you posting this to his YouTube channel? Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you. This will be the most interesting thing on there.
Absolutely.
All the flying I've got on there, people probably,
Oh, yeah.
they'll be like, I want to watch the helicopter thing again.
Give us a minute. It takes us about 9 or 12 minutes or so by the time everything gets turned on and all the systems are checked.
You got a lot more stainless steel tubing than my airplane has, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'd say
And about
90% of it is stainless steel, and then
50 or
the rest
60
is
more
aluminum.
gauges. Well, y'all have a safe flight back. I guess y'all are out of Fort Hood, probably.
No, we're actually out of Dallas.
Oh,
Military
okay.
area. Yes,
Since
sir.
y'all are National
Yes,
Guard.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know where, you remember where old NAS Dallas is there?
Yes,
You know
yes.
where KBRD Redbird is?
Yes,
Dallas
that's
Executive?
where I soloed back
Okay.
in 1987.
Okay. Well, directly to the west of there is
Okay, the
Dallas
old
Baptist
National
and
Guard
old-
Armory, yeah.
The old NAS Dallas
Yeah.
is right there in the old National Guard Army, and that's where we're at.
Yep. Okay. Well, y'all have a good one. Be
Yes, sir.
careful. Thank y'all for the tour. And
Absolutely. You're more than welcome. Hopefully we'll catch you around there.
oh yeah, I'll be here. Did y'all just come out for some heartache?
Well, yeah, it's
That was part of it.
training. So we're waiting for it. So a lot of our training has to be done under night vision goggles.
Yeah.
So we're literally waiting for it.
To get dark enough to use night vision without going
put
blind.
Them on would be like someone taking a spotlight.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, we'll come out. We'll find a place, and we had the extra fuel, so we'll do some like NOE training, flying that floor 25 feet off the deck, and 25 to 200 feet, flying, training for that, and then once the sun goes down, we'll go and rinse and repeat, but do it under MVGs. Have to do it under all modes of flight.
We get Blackhawks and Apaches, and one time we even actually had an old Huey in here. He said it was one of the last ones they had.
They do still have a few. Most of them are bought up by contractors. Contractors still use them.
Yeah. Can't beat it, man.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's exactly right.
Put some common stuff in it, so it can do an RNAV GPS approach, and let's go. Little ADS-B and keep it up to date. Mechanically, other than cosmetic and skin changes like I showed you about,
Yeah.
mechanically it's the exact same aircraft.
Same aircraft as it was. Well, it's always fun to watch you take off and land.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, well, if you
All right.
want to...
Yeah, we'll get back there to our vehicle so we won't be in y'all's way. Y'all be safe too. I thought for sure they were starting to fire up an engine. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's probably some kind of a fuel pump or a hydraulic. Now they're firing up a turbine. Maybe both at the same time. So pretty soon you'll see the rotors. Sometimes they'll run the engine for quite a while. The engines, see, they got two engines on that one helicopter. Sometimes they'll run the engines for a while before they start turning the rotor. See how all the rotors are bouncing now. They're checking them out, moving them around. He's got a way. See how he's got his helmet on? He's got it where he can talk to the pilot while he gets things going up there. transmission. Kind of windy. I hope it's not messing up the sound. I don't know what that little thing is. I saw that while ago. It's reflecting off of some light. It's probably this light over here on the side. Brought in their car. Yeah. Well, you just wait to see when he goes to lift off. You'll see a bunch of grass suddenly blow everywhere. See, right now he's not really producing any downward thrust. He doesn't have his blades angled the right way to make it blow air downward. Pull air from up above and push it down below. When I saw that, I thought for sure that actually, if you take off and leave that tailgate down, kind of sit in the doorway as they go up. See, it's a two-piece door. See, they got it. You can still see inside the helicopter a little bit, and it kind of slides in. The rest of it slides up. Right now it looks like a mouth. It looks like two eyes and a mouth. A lot of that heat will be coming from the top. Sometimes after they've just mowed that field, they'll come in and land in a couple of those helicopters. Get a blizzard of grass, pile up against the door of the building. Well, that was pretty cool. So it was a pretty nifty experience. I'm glad you got to do all that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're going to get to be on my YouTube channel.
Yeah. Really cool.
A lot to it, isn't there?